Yeah.
Turn it off when you're done.
Hey, Blue Table fans.
Oh yeah.
We're sitting here with our codexes. We've been rapping a little bit.
Codices.
Codices, I don't care what. Code Orkses.
You can call it
I'll call it whatever I want to.
Yep.
It's called Progress of the Word.
We're pretty excited. So we're going to go over a few things. I don't have a long time, but we're going to go over a few things with you here.
Best thing in the book, though, my opinion, that page right there. You get a mech for every HQ to accept all the stupid challenges that are killing us right now.
This is something that Mason was a little worried about, and I said, no. We get all these free mechs. Well, not free, but 15-point mechs.
Oh yeah, 15
You
points.
stick them in units.
No
then
upgrades, no nothing.
You don't need an invulnerable save on your war boss, because your war boss says, okay, fight him.
Yep.
Say we charge a Demon Prince. I'll give you an example. We charge a Demon Prince with a war boss and a squad of boys with a knob and a mech.
Yep.
Okay, we charge in. The Demon Prince challenges. You go, here, mech! The mech fights him. The
way
war
7th
boss,
edition is now.
the way 7th edition now works, the war boss can attack into the challenge.
If there's nobody else.
If there's nobody else there, he attacks into it and kills the Demon Prince. Yeah, you'll kill the mech and he can attack out, so he'll kill a few boys as well,
Yeah.
but you'll crush him.
Yep.
Same thing if you are doing it against a unit of Marines or whatever, you have the challenge accepted by the mech or the knob, whoever you want, and
Say that he doesn't die or whatever.
well, he'll probably die.
I mean, no. Say that the person you're hitting doesn't die.
Right.
So then it's like, oh, accept the challenge, get him with the knob. It's like you gotta throw your knob away too, but
Right.
oh well.
Now, given if you're up against a, what do they call it, a bike Xander, a bike commander with the Shield Eternal, you know what, he's 250
He's
points.
only got 3 wins.
No, he has 4 if he's a chapter master. Chapter master has 4.
Oh, chapter master
Yeah.
is 4.
So if, I mean, but he's like 250 points. You can have 2 war bosses and 2 mechs for that cost.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay. That's one thing that he'll probably do really well against you. But there's so many things that will just get destroyed by that, where you can attack into the challenge and not take the challenges with your war boss. And so, yeah, I mean, it's still really effective.
One huge difference is you have to have a war boss to do a war now. It's not an
Huge.
army-wide special rule. You have to have a war
Huge
boss.
change. So you better
Has to be
protect
alive.
him. Better protect him.
Yep.
Or use it early if he's going to be really risky. If you're going to charge him in, protect him, because once he's gone. Now, one of the things is there's the new detachment, which is really cool. You have 3 HQs and 9 troops. And we can't see anywhere where you lose objective secured, so it looks like you could take,
You still get objectives.
you could take 6 characters. So you have, say you take a war boss, you take a pain boy, and you take a big mech, and then you can take 3 mechs as well. And you stick those into units, and
Just have them follow your
pain
You
points.
can put all 3 in the unit with them, really.
Yeah.
If you wanted to.
The custom force field is different. I don't think it's worse, but it's now models within 6, and it's an invulnerable save, but it can't project from a vehicle.
Yeah.
So the way you kind of get around that, if you want to put, you can put your big mech on a bike and give him a custom force field. He can just drive around behind your unit of trucks or battle wagons and protect quite a few from that very tough unit. Now bikers are really good. They came down a lot in cost.
Oh gosh, yeah.
7-point drop. I think that's right. For bikers, they still have a Slugga and Choppa, so they're really good in close combat.
They're after the points. They're there. So 54 points for 3 war bikers now.
Yeah, so 18 points a biker. They are just savage, and you know, a lot of times people might take this unit instead of the old knob bikers that were so prevalent in 6th, because point for point, these guys are going to deal out more shooting.
Yep.
More attacks in close combat. They are 1 strength less, but you have a knob in there, and your war boss, if you wanted him to join there, and a pain boss on bike, which you can do now. Big mech on bike. You have all 3 on bike, and that unit is just tough as nails. Has a 5+ invulnerable, a 5+ feel no pain, toughness 5 on everybody. Just awesome unit.
What was the unit size before?
It was a 10. Now it's 15.
Now it's up to 15.
Yeah. So war bikes are a thing. Buggies came down to 25.
Buggies are awesome.
With free weapon swap. So
Outflank.
basically, and outflank. So basically buggies came down about 10 points. If you were bringing it like I did with rockets, they're 10 points cheaper. Death Coptas, if you were bringing it with rockets, are they 15 points cheaper? They
Yes.
used to be
Hold on, no.
35.
They're 15 points if you take the rocket. 15 points cheaper if you take the rocket.
15
Because they're
points cheaper.
45
I always
for
took the rocket. So they're 15 points cheaper if you bring the rockets on those.
Because it's free swap. I think I passed or whatever.
Oh my goodness, so many things are cheaper. It's so awesome. This codex.
You only said one thing about the war buggies.
Oh, there's so many things. Go ahead.
The Outflank's awesome. Me and Dave were talking about it before we got to the store. So you can stick a Scorch on them. What was it? Like 10 points? Hold on. Scorches for 10 points. So 35 points to do that. But could you imagine coming in Outflank with Scorches? Because they're fast vehicles, so they can move the 12, come in and then just flank those stupid Tau warriors behind the ages.
Yeah.
Going blah, 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 blah. Just
and
frying.
they're 25 points. How much is the Scorcher? 10?
10 points. So it's
So
35.
So 175 points
It
for that.
auto hits every other template, so you don't have to worry about the Orky crap.
Now here's the thing. Now with this edition, you can only hit things in range of the template.
Which is fine.
Okay.
12 inches, and then the
Okay.
template, that's roughly about, what, 16 inches?
Probably.
For the
Quite a few,
template,
quite a
yeah.
few.
16 inches from the board edge, depending on how they open.
Right.
You get 5 in a unit. So.
Right. I'm a bigger fan. I'm a bigger fan of. If I was going to bring buggies, I'd bring rockets. I'd bring rockets for 125 points. 125 points. I come on. I wouldn't even come on. I just sit there and move forward at 24-inch range.
I like the outfit because then it guarantees that they get at least one round of shooting and then
If they're shooting my 125 point, 10 hull points worth of buggies instead of shooting at my trucks or something like that.
That's true.
I mean, good.
Yeah.
That's joy. Joy. Buggies are easy to put in cover too. Same with Defcopters. Defcopters have always kind of been my preferred unit, and I think they still will be.
Yeah, because 7 is 5 with 2 wounds.
Yeah, they're so, and you can stick your boss in with them to hide him if you want, if he's on a bike. One thing that some people I've seen online talking about, maybe a boss without mega armor or bike is probably a little less effective, and that's probably true. You can still stick him in a unit of knobs or in a unit of boys, and he's gonna beat face. Some of the relics are really good. One of the axe of
all of the relics are all ridiculously cheap.
5 points for the, what's that one called? The skull cap, the thinking cap.
Take that every time.
5 points,
Every
and
time.
you can get a second warlord trait. Now, the way I interpret it, and maybe somebody else sees this differently, if your objectives, if you're a battle-forged army, you can re-roll both warlord traits. So basically, you have 2 warlord traits on 2 different charts, and you can re-roll them both. You could take them on the same chart if you wanted. I'm just not a huge fan of strategic, but for 5 points, having a free strategic warlord trait,
Oh God,
I'm gonna do it.
That's a guaranteed take every time.
Right.
I think the Lucky Stick is a guaranteed take.
Lucky stick. Okay. So the WOG banner does the same as it used to do, where it gives a +1 leadership to the unit. Great. For 5 points more than the WOG banner, 5 points more,
Yep.
you get that ability, same exact ability, plus your
Hit to wound.
one
or
model.
saving
Is it one model? Any model?
The bearer.
The bearer. So you give that to your boss. He can re-roll
To hit to wound or
any
saving
two
throws.
hits, to wounds, or saving throws that you choose in a turn. In a turn.
Is that a turn? The same turn.
In the same turn. So that means on my turn, I reroll to hits. With my, is it only in close combat or is it shooting too?
Shooting
So I can reroll shooting. Oh, he's got a twin link, but yeah, you reroll shooting. Then somebody charges me, I get to reroll my armor save. If I'm not in the combat, because I've sent my mech forward to take the challenge, then I've got a 4+ armor if I'm on bike, like Chirok likes to do. I've got a 4+ armor with 3 rerolls. Now, the negative is if you fail 3 rerolls with this, 3 of any, then you are removed. But the way I read it, you just choose not to. So if you take 3 wounds, you say, I'll just reroll 2.
Yep.
And you just roll the 2. Okay, I made 1, so I only took 1 wound.
There's absolutely no reason.
But I
not
took
to
2
take
wounds. Yeah, so you would take that because there's nothing that says you have to re-roll all of them, or you can just pick.
Just pick 2 things. to
Yeah,
reroll.
awesome lucky stick. I'm not a big fan of the Shuda, the shiny Shuda.
Yeah, the shiny shoot is okay.
I mean, it's okay if you're shooting.
I think it's fun. It's good for the fun factor.
Right, and for shooting
The
bosses,
hilarity.
guys who want to just sit back and shoot up stuff with the orcs, and that's great.
It's Assault 6, Twin Links, Strength 4, AP 6.
Yep.
And then if you roll 1s on the re-rolling the Twin Link thing, then he shoots like your own units or something, whatever your opponent picks within a certain distance.
And head whop is kill chop.
That's good.
Awesome.
That is actually really good.
Big
Especially-
choppas now, huge choppas now are strength +2, just like before, but they're not AP 5.
Yep.
But this one, I don't know how much that one costs, but
Oh, it's cheap.
Is
10
it?
points, I think.
Oh my goodness, that's so good. It's basically, it's rending, but when it rends, it also causes instant death. So if you roll a 6 to wound, a war boss has 5 attacks on the charge. If you roll a 6 to wound,
20 points, excuse me.
20 points.
Still worth.
If you roll a 6 to wound, you're killing unless they have Eternal Warrior. So it's really good. Now, some people would rather take the Power Fist, and I can see that. I mean, the Power Claw is awesome on a war boss, but it's still a really, I think, pointed properly. It's a good unit. Across the board, orcs came down in cost. Now, some people don't like the new leadership rules for orcs, and I see that, but because of the cost decreases all over the place, I don't mind it so much. There will be units that would not have broken before that will now break. But there will also be units that would have broken before that now won't. I do think you'll see more breaking than you used to see, but I think because of the points changes, I think it's very fair.
If a weapon's two-handed, it doesn't have strike class. It has to be unwielded strike class, right?
Yes, the Choppa does not.
So it strikes at initiative.
Strikes at initiative. It's initiative 4, but I mean.
Well, you can also get the Warlord trait that gives you +1 strength. This is a Warlord trait that does that.
Yeah, that's probably, to me, that's the worst Warlord trait in the Ork Codex. If you take this axe, it's great.
Yeah.
But you're already 8, so now you're 9 if you get
That's
that
true.
Warlord trait.
That's true.
Because on a Furious Charge, you're going to be 8.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's okay, but to me, giving a +1 strength, because I'm a big fan of the Power Claw, so having the +1 strength is the worst Warlord trait. But the Warlord traits are really good. I mean, I think 5 out of the 6, for me, would be really useful. Probably the number 1 is going to be the yelling one, where you get to reroll leadership, or take it at the boss's leadership, or something like that. Bellowing Tyrant. You get to reroll failed morale and pinning tests within 12 inches.
That's pretty good.
Which is really good.
It's really good.
So that's number 2. The Prophet of the Wog is good. It on the turn you call your Wog, you gain Fearless. Now,
That's awesome.
if that is if you're using the Ork Horde detachment and get that ability, you basically your whole army's fearless the whole
Fearless,
game.
yep.
It's just so that one's really good. Thunderbolts, that's good. So basically that one lets you reroll all run and charge moves. Brutal and Cunning, you get to reroll 1 to hit and to wound, or to wound, or to wound. And then the Cunning but Brutal is you can reroll 1 failed armor or invulnerable save each turn. That's not that great. So 3 of them are really good, 2 are decent, and 1 I don't like, but some bosses will love the +1 strength. I just don't think it's very useful.
Did you guys go over the sword?
Yeah, we did. Well, basically it's exactly the same, except you have 3 HQs and 9 troops.
Yep.
You don't have to take 9, but you have the option to take 9.
Yep.
And for each of those 3 HQs, you do get the option to buy a mech for 15 points.
Which is a guaranteed take.
Which is, yeah,
Must take.
I'm not a big fan of Weird Boys, never have been, but I do see a value if somebody really likes them. The powers are good.
Most of them, so the first 3 are all Warp Charge 1. Warpath is the +1 attack if you have the Irredeemable special rule. That's number 2. The number 1 was Switch Fire, pass the toughness test or suffer a wound. Kind of weird. The jump is just Deep Strike and then you have Snap Fire. That's number 3. Number 4 is Kill Bolts. That's a range 18, strength 10, AP2, assault 1. It's 2 warp charges though. That's a beam. Beams are nice now, so you roll for the unit, and it's I think it's like D6 for each unit that it touches or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a check the rule book on that one. But Power Vomit is number 5. That's strength 7, AP2, assault 1. That's a template. That one's warp charge 2, not too bad. And then the number 6 one is range 24. This one's cool. This is basically Foot of Gork on steroids.
Oh, that's the one where if you get a 10, 11
You
or
get
12,
11 or
you get to
12.
keep pounding. Yeah.
So you roll for it's a Witchfire. Warp charge 2, range 24, strength or AP 4. Sorry. So one large blast barrage. Rolling determined to crush the strength roll. If you're 11 or 12, it completely resolve the attack. Strength 10, and then you roll another 2d6 and resolve a second attack against the original unit of psychic power. If you do it again, you keep going.
Oh, it's amazing.
You can just keep going for 11s and 12s, which would be so funny.
There's a command warlord trait. I like command a lot but there's a command warlord trait that gives you ignores what is it called? Move through cover. Move through cover ignores dangerous terrain. Storm Boys, they have an amazing ability now that they can run 2d6 in the run phase with their jump pads. But they roll dangerous terrain. If you get that warlord trait, you can ignore that. So they're moving 12, running 2d6, and when you call your wog, which you could be calling every turn, they're charging another 2d6, which gives them crazy range.
Here we go.
I mean, they can fly anywhere on the table, so it's just awesome. And they're very cheap. They came down 3 points a model, and they don't kill themselves, but they can kill themselves if you want them to. That's kind of the key. If you want them to take a risk so that you can accomplish a task, then you have that option.
I hate it and love at the same time.
We were going over the Gorkanaut and Orkanaut too, me and Dave in the car. I think
Real quick,
lower points game.
Real quick, I want to chime in because the detachment thing. Me and Jeremy were just talking about it. So you do not get objective secured.
Why not?
Because it says it's unique, right? And it has a list of command benefits. The regular Force Org has a list of command benefits you receive when you follow that Force Org. And this one as well has these command benefits. And that's what me and Jeremy thought. We're like, well, if it has its own set of command benefits, maybe it doesn't give you the same ones.
That makes some
as
sense.
that
And I was
original.
going, yeah, that's so powerful.
Because to receive these command benefits and those command benefits would be pretty crazy.
Yeah. So you don't get the
Probably
ability.
don't.
Probably
That's if
not.
you take this one because you can take the normal force.
Yeah, because you can take the normal and get
And
those
if you're
ones.
playing
And then just
combined
do
arms detachments,
combined
then
arms,
you have 3 detachments. Combined units or troops you want to do anyway. So
The only one this really gives you, if you did the Ork Horde detachment, is the Hammer of Wrath one.
well, and the fearless. Right? Doesn't it?
Reroll the Warlord. No.
Okay, so it lets you reroll the warlord traits from the Ork Codex. This one does.
Okay.
And then you get the hammer of brass when you
If you go 10 inches.
whenever you if you roll 10 or more.
I don't think I care enough to take that.
The only thing is
here's one
it gives you that
advantage.
extra HQ
It does give you the extra HQ and the extra mech.
and the extra bet.
And I can see people like if you're playing sometimes in tournaments and stuff they only allow one Force Org, and if that's the case, this might be an option, even though it's unbound, so you don't get some of the benefits. But you can get some extra characters in there. So it's a great option. You don't have to take it. And when I play Sean, I'll probably have 2 or 3. Remember when he took 4 combined arms detachments against me? Paybacks at what?
Yeah, right?
No, Sean, I only have 8 characters and 8 mechs to go with my unit. No.
One thing we didn't say anything about was the artwork in the book is actually pretty cool too. Beautiful. I actually really like it. There's some new artwork, so it's not the same old generic like regurgitated stuff, which I like because it gets kind of old when you see the same things over and over again. So there's not a whole lot of new pictures, but there's a few.
Ramshackle on trucks. Some people don't like it, and I see that. Back in the day, you used to have armor plates gave you a 6+ invulnerable save against the shot, and I loved that. I used to, whenever it would go off, I'd just go ting to my opponent, and they hated to hear that because it was just that you hit a loose plate.
I'm okay with it. You know why?
Why?
Because Grot Riggers give you will not die.
Yeah.
You can put that on trucks for 10 points.
I don't know. Is it 10 points?
I just
10
let my
points,
trucks will not die.
Dude, trucks full of boys are so cheap now. Trucks came down the way I built my truck.
That's kind of why I think
10 points
you'll have the
cheaper.
10 points. You'll have that free 10 points that they're over here.
Because I took trucks, I gave them a rocket, so the truck was like 40 points. And now a truck is 30 points with a rocket. So yeah, wow. Wow.
There's so much in this book that I just want to. I think we would take up like the entire day.
The mega armor's awesome. It's pretty much the same, but you can take boss pulls now. That's a big change for
the Big
mega
Mac
armor.
shock attack. I don't think we got that on camera, did we?
No,
That's 10 points cheaper.
10 points cheaper.
You know, I didn't even look at
It's
the
a
thing.
little better. It's
Does
a
it do
little
this?
better.
Where's the table for?
It's mostly the same, but it is a little better. I think if you roll a 11 or 12, it gets a bonus. I think it gets Vortex, which means it stays in play or something.
Really?
Zaps around. Yeah, so it's good.
Okay.
And I think you can put that on a bike. I think you can put a shock attack gun on a bike.
Oh, that's right.
I'm originally from here too.
We're checking that.
But I moved away now.
Which it says, Mason, convert me in one of those bad boys.
Yeah, that'd be fun actually.
I'll get you in touch with you guys. Got me in touch with Josh.
Says he can take mech weapons, melee weapons, runs and squigs, working no ones,
Yeah.
gifts, or
He can take it on a bike.
Put me in touch with
Yeah, I don't see where it says you can.
So yeah, so many good things. The trucks, oh, so Ramshackle now, you downgrade a penetrate to a glance if you can roll a 6. So, and it's free, you don't have to pay for that, it's just trucks have that ability. Is it only trucks? Yeah, trucks.
Can you put grunt riggers on every vehicle?
As far as I know, yes.
I don't know. Jeff Dreads with it. Well, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, yeah.
They're cheaper. They're cheaper.
Killican's got,
Yeah, Killicans. Poor Killicans.
yeah, they stuck it to Killicans, which, you know, Killicans were probably too good in the last grouping, so.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping that the picture was correct with the 2 guns and Killicans might be a thing, but Killicans are still okay.
What they
They're
just forgot to mention.
Oh, the Met guns.
Oh
The Met
my
guns.
goodness.
So good.
18
Yeah.
points for the cannon, which I would never take anything about the cannon personally. Because it's toughness 7. It's strength 8, AP3,
Strength 8,
and you're
AP3,
hitting with
or
rods.
a strength 5, AP5 blast.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really good for 18 points.
Yep.
Yeah, they're so good.
And you get 4
Well,
or
you know
5
what though?
damage.
The tractor cannon is really good against flyers.
Oh yeah.
So if you know
It
you're
was
playing
hilarious.
against, if you know you're playing against flyers, it's really good, especially against flying monstrous creatures, because it basically makes them take a minus D3 to their grounding test. So basically, they get grounded on anything but a 6.
I think people are going to have a hard time playing against orcs now.
You
Because
know
everything's
what?
so much cheaper. And we have stuff that keeps it around a lot longer now.
Sean, I think people are going to start having a hard time playing against orcs now.
Yeah, it's true. Wow. You're just going to crush him every game now.
I have a buddy. He lives in Colorado, and he and I talk a lot about 40K. And he just gets irate whenever people go online and say, orcs are so weak, because I pretty regularly treat him poorly when we play. Orcs are great. Whether you win or lose, it's fun. That's the thing I love about them. Even your opponent, if he's getting stomped into the ground, a lot of times he's killing so much stuff that he still feels good. He's going, yeah, I might be losing, but look how much stuff I killed. I've got a mountain of dead in his dead pile. So, yeah.
The Death Dread did get cheaper, by the way. It's 80 points, and it comes with all of its weapons now.
Oh, wow.
Which is 2 big shooters and 2 power claws.
Can you switch out the
Yeah, you can switch. You can still switch out
For
the big
how
shooters
much?
for rocket launchers.
Can you get power claws?
Power claws are 10
That's
points.
just like a seed.
10 points.
So it'd be 100 points.
Which is cheaper.
Which
It's like
is-
20 points.
I think it's
cheaper.
110 before.
Okay, so a little bit. Which, and I like,
If you wanted all claws.
they're still dreadnoughts, which are a little weak still, but I think they've gotten better in 7th
Grindbergers
edition.
on it.
Yeah?
It will
Yeah.
not die on a Death Dread. Oh, I'll
That'd be
take
nice.
that all the time.
There's still 3 hull points, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Armor 12. I take
Yeah,
right
they're
away.
good. They're good. They can, I'll see them used.
I do wish that they would have made them into like you could take them to squadrons or something though.
That would have been cool.
That would have been nice.
Now, another thing that a lot of orc players don't like is that you can't play games with the forced organization chart like you could. You can't take knobs as troops or Death Dreads as troops.
Yeah.
Any of that. That's all gone. So,
But take as many combined.
just take a combined arms detachment.
Yeah,
and
whatever.
You'll be fine.
Another one of my favorite things in this whole book. You get trucks on everything whenever you want. Any unit can take a truck as a transport.
Is it any? I don't think it's any.
I think it's any.
There's most units.
Almost everything.
Can Ludus can they?
Yes.
Ludus
can take a truck.
Wow.
We double
If
check.
Ludus can, then most units can.
Which means if I make him my lieutenant, I can use his lieutenant wherever
Yeah?
I want.
Dedicated transport.
Wow, they can take a truck.
Because that was such a pain in the butt before. You have to like take a unit of boys and then like have them jump out
Yeah.
and the other ones
Yeah.
jump in. That was so
Yeah.
annoying. That was so dumb.
How many trucks do you have, Mason?
I only have 3. I'm gonna have to buy like. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get at least
8!
I think the recommended amount is gonna be probably 4 minimum.
I think, yeah, trucks are so good now.
So they're gonna sell. G-Dub's gonna sell a lot of trucks.
Oh, and I don't know if we explained it, the power of trucks now. So orcs, when they call the wog, which your war boss has to do, and he has to be alive, you can run and charge in the same turn.
Yep.
So you move with your truck, you move 6 inches.
Boarding planks.
Boarding planks allow you now to go
You charge 2 inches further.
2 inches further, which means if you're getting out of a truck you're never, if you're charging into difficult terrain, I saw this in my last game, that sometimes you fail to charge. You roll double ones, you can't even charge, you can't move. But now with boarding planks, you never encounter that. So if you're within 2 inches, you're gonna make it.
Yep.
But you get the plus 2 inches to your charge, and you get to re-roll, so then you can run, so run d6, and then if this is the turn you walk, then you charge 2d6, re-roll, because of here we go, one of the dice. You're flying across the table.
It's first turn assaults.
Uh,
But oh no,
Yeah.
you can't, because you can't wall on your first turn.
you can't wall on your first turn, but
That could still be first turn assault.
yeah, there could be. If they come forward or they infiltrate, you could first turn assault pretty easily.
Oh yeah.
So
Which is
yeah,
awesome.
Oh, and Storm Boys. Storm Boys can.
Oh yeah.
They can go 12. They can't run. Well, they could. No, they could do theirs. They could go 12. Oh no, they can't run and charge. So they couldn't do that. unless
Several
they
units
walk.
can take battle wagons as dedicated transport too.
Right.
Flash gets.
Knobs.
Mega knobs can do it too.
Oh, Mason was saying how good kill saws are on Mega Knobs, which I agree.
Yeah.
Kill saws basically gives you +1 attacks. You have 5 attacks.
It's 10 points more. Give
5
me the
attacks on
stupid
the charge.
twiddling shooter. Who cares?
Yeah, for
Right?
10 points, you're getting 5 attacks on the charge. Strength plus 2 times your strength plus the Furious
Furious
charge.
charge.
So strength
And
9,
Armor Bane.
AP2, Armor Bane. You're shredding
Oh,
vehicles.
you have a Land Raider? Where'd it go? That's what I saw one over here. Pretty much.
Yeah.
They come with stick bombs too, which is hilarious.
Boys come with stick bombs. That's a change.
Yeah.
Boys now come with
But I
stick
mean-
bombs. And
Where do they even have them on Mega Armor? On Mega Armor, they have stick bombs. Like,
they're spitting bile at you is what
yeah,
they're doing.
something. The models, they haven't actually come out with them yet.
They look very similar, but they're cool.
I like
because I like
they're
the old
plastic.
ones.
Amazing.
Yeah.
They're gonna be plastic anyway when they come out.
They'll be out next week.
But yeah, they can take a dedicated transport as a battle wagon.
Knobs are cheaper. They're 18 points for a knobs mob, 16 points in a unit of boys, 17 in a unit of shooter boys.
Oh. We didn't get those on camera.
Oh.
Tank busters are guaranteed to take 1 unit.
They're really. I don't.
You
Not
should take
guaranteed, but they're really good.
I think you should.
Oh, the bomb squigs are good now. They don't blow you
Just
up.
for the first, if you get first turn and they kill a vehicle, they get 2 victory points
Yeah.
instead of 1. Which, if you're talking tournament stuff or whatever, that's like I would if I was to ever play a tournament, I'm gonna have one
They're really good. I mean,
for sure.
Yeah. Fabulous.
Because they have tank hunters too.
Yeah. Mechs. You want some mechs. So those mechs that came in your Burna Luda box.
All the extra bits that people don't ever use.
Yeah,
so
they
you're like,
start
oh, I gotta
putting
get
those
back.
together, boys.
You know, I didn't even
Put
look
those
at
together.
Captain Badrucker's extra group.
Yeah, Badrock is pretty good, but he's a shooting character. And anytime I see an orc shooting character, I'm just going, he's okay. He's got a 3+5+ save.
That's pretty good.
Which is pretty
It's the only
good.
info save in the army.
And he's got a 5+ feel no pain. So yes, he's good, but he doesn't have a claw. He has no. His close combat is just. He's got 5 attacks, but I mean, yeah. I'm not a huge fan. He's a beautiful model. Love the model. Zagstruck, he got a lot weaker in my mind. His power claw feet
Oh yeah.
just became Hammer of Wrath. So initiative 10, he gets 1 strength 10 AP2 hit.
Strength 8.
Yeah, strength 8 AP2 hit. It's automatically hits, but you get 1 hit. So
Yeah.
I guess if you challenged with him against somebody who doesn't have Eternal Warrior, he'd basically auto kill them as long as he can roll a 2+.
Yeah. He has a cyborg body too.
He does, so he's got a 6+ feel no pain. Cyborg body, man, it's so much.
Yeah, they nerfed the
you
crap
pretty
out of
much, you probably will still give it to your war boss because if he does get separated from a pain boy, he still has a 6+ feel no pain, and sometimes that'll be the only save he'll get because it's hard to insta kill him because he's toughness 5 or 6. That might be the only save he gets, but I love the Codex. I love what they've done. I think that they did a great job. I think it's very balanced against some of the other codexes. And, I think Tyranids and Orcs will have a fun match and just tons of bodies on the field. So, well, guys, it's been fun talking to Mason. We'll probably sit down and do some more talk once we get a little more info.
This is more of a prelim.
This is our prelim. We just had to do it because we're so excited. So, but we'll see
So
you
far,
soon.
so good.
And have fun. And whoa!